Hi everyone, welcome into North Dakota Today. As we continue to make our way into the new year, it's important to make sure that mental health is still one of your resolutions. The desire to start fresh in the coming year is not just about physical fitness, but of course extends to nurturing our mental and emotional well-being. Dr. Abigail Miller, Chief Medical Officer of United Healthcare, is here this morning to shed light on the growing movement and help guide us through the essential steps toward a healthier and more fulfilling 2024. Good morning, Dr. Miller.
Hey, good morning, Ashlyn. Thanks for having me back.
It's wonderful to have you here. We look forward to your insight each time you join us. And a big talker right now, mental health, a huge concern for people across the country, especially regionally too. Why is this essential to focus on in the new year?
So thank you so much for having me back to talk about this. So you are absolutely right. People are struggling. We're in the midst of a mental health crisis. Certainly this crisis started before 2020, but obviously the COVID-19 pandemic didn't help. Right now, 1 in 5 adults have a mental health diagnosis. And surveys are showing our kids are struggling as well, with their mental health scores actually decreasing over the past decade.
So why do you think people are struggling now more than ever? Or are we just realizing that this many people are struggling?
Right. So, each individual's reason is probably different, but some common themes that we see really have to do with everyday struggles. So things like worried about finances. Are you worried that you're not going to have enough food to eat or that you don't have a safe place to live? Is it that you feel like you don't have a loving or supportive relationship? Is it that you're just generally worried and anxious about the future? Or could it be that you lost a loved one and you're feeling a lot of grief and sadness?
And so what are some of those big warning signs that a loved one or someone you know may be depressed, more so than just maybe having a sad day?
Yeah. So it is common and it is normal for people to, feel sadness or feel anxiety from time to time. But obviously, when things are to the point where that sadness or that anxiety is so persistent that it's really affecting your day-to-day life and the things that you need to do, that's typically the time that it's, time to go and see a doctor. Some signs that we frequently see that are associated with depression or anxiety: feeling obviously persistently hopeless, feeling persistent sadness, having excessive fears or worry, feeling like you're sleeping way too much or maybe not sleeping at all, having big changes in your appetite where you're feeling like you're eating all the time or maybe you're not eating enough. Loss of interest in things that you normally like to do. That's another really big sign. And I will say in our kids, it might just be a decrease in their academic performance.
Wow. Okay. So it could span a wide variety of warning signs and symptoms, huh? So what are some tips that people can implement in their daily life to really work toward a better mental health?
Yeah. So mental health and physical health oftentimes go hand in hand. So just like you would with a physical condition, focusing on and thinking about, how you can improve your mental health. So things like staying physically active, that's going to help improve your mental health. Getting enough sleep, eating the right things, all of those things are going to help your mental health. Certainly, as we talked about, those warning signs, if you're recognizing those warning signs in yourself or maybe in a loved one, it is so important that you go and talk to a doctor just like you would if it were a physical illness. One of the things that we recognize is that for a long time there's been a stigma around getting help for mental health conditions. So recognize that it's important it's to have those conversations, and oftentimes the first place to start is going to be your regular doctor.
And is that your
another?
I'm so sorry. I was just going to say, is that what you would suggest to try to help reduce the stigma, to try to bring that conversation more to the surface?
Absolutely. It is okay to talk about these things. Talk about some of the struggles that you're having. Feel open, certainly with your family, with your loved ones, and obviously with your doctor as well. And your doctor is often the first place to start, who can help to direct you to sort of the next step. I will say that a lot of people will actually have, additional mental health benefits to their health plan. A lot of employers now are offering special mental health services, things like an employee assistance program. So that might be another place that commonly people will go. Oftentimes going online to your health plan's website or maybe your health plan's mobile app is just a really good, safe place to start too.
Okay, and really quickly before we let you go, where do we go for more information this morning?
Yes, for more information, you can always go to uhc.com. Thank
Dr.
you.
Miller, thank you so much. Yes, we appreciate your time. Okay, everybody, stick around. Plenty more happening right here on North Dakota Today after the break.